bet you're wondering where I am. Definitely not on my Forever World. Definitely not anywhere vanilla. No, I am on the Omega Craft Zawa server. I am on this server. I've been doing it for years. Look at that cutie back there. I have been on this server for years. I've gone through multiple server resets, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I saw this server initially back when VintageBeef first started it up, and I watched him play on it for a while, and I said, I want to do that. So this is one of those things that I do, you know, when I need a different Minecraft thing to tickle my brain. So I thought, well, I'm technically on a break currently from my Forever World. Needed a different thing to tickle my brain, and I thought it would be fun to give you guys a tour. Now, here in this wonderful world, we have so many mods. We have Biomes of Plenty, we have Zawa, the animal mod, their zoo mod, and lots of other mods that I cannot even remember all of right now. But it's a lot of fun, and I kind of just want to give you a tour of the zoo that I've been working on this season in conjunction with Brightwind, because Brightwind's also on here. So let's head off into not F5 mode. Whoop. Alrighty, so this area is an area I started building for people to spawn in to come see my zoo. This zoo is far from finished, and so is this area. I've got a couple more houses to build. And you can kind of see we've kind of got this very whimsical effect happening here. That's the goal. Oh, the other thing y'all need to know is there is no, like, unfriendly mobs that naturally spawn at night. The only unfriendly mobs you're going to get spawning is the animals. Not all animals are unfriendly, but I've been chased by a few spiders and scorpions in my day. As you can see, I am still in the middle of building here, so all my building supplies are still set up. But this is one of my gardens. This is the kind of desert-based garden, and yet it is full of fish tanks. So we've got our snails, we've got some omega snails in here, and then we've got some regular textured snails. I love the flower variety that you get with this pack. Like, there's just so many plants that you can work with. These are tetras. I love the amount of different species as well. It is so much fun. So I've been working on breeding up different fish species. It looks like I think I finished the tetras. These are the flower horn. Yeah, I think that's what they're called. These are the flower horns. So these guys are finished. These are not finished. These have a lot more ways to go. I think these are the killifish. And then betas. Betas are going to take a while. They're mean. These are one of the few mean fish out there. They will attack you. Over here I have Placos. I actually really enjoy Placos in real life. They are one of my favorite. I call them my armored catfish. I have had Placos for years in real life, and so it's a lot of fun to get a whole variety of them in game. And then we have the Cory cats in there as well. And then these are discus. I can't keep fancy fish like this alive in real life. They never last long, but I love having all the colors and variety here in game. There are so many different varieties of discus fish in game. It's ridiculous. I'm so excited to collect them all. I'm very much like Pokemon happening here. Gotta catch them all. Or collect them all. Breed them all. Something like that. The ones, once I start getting too many duplicates, we have a marketplace. I can sell them on the marketplace for other people who can't collect them, don't want to breed them, just want an easy button in getting those colors. And these are the Oscars. I think there's got to be more than one in there. Yep, there's 2, 3 more. Awesome. There's not as many color differences in these, so I need to get all the different designs and then call it good. Now this empties out into the far side of our village, and we've been updating this village. This is where Brightwind's area is. So I'll kind of give you a quick show around. The other thing that this mod pack has is the farming mod is really neat. We have a lot of the macaws mods in here, so you'll see like the macaws um, add-ons, which is a lot of fun. But we get this fun mod pack from Farmer's Delight. It's really nice. You can see it at the top there. And we've got our chickens and our other animals. This is the Biddle Bird Cafe. And we actually get our cooking mod in here. And it looks really cute. And we got so many stuffed animals that I decided to start putting them up in the air to fly around. So this is kind of like this whole area is very much the village slash farm slash industrial district. So at one point we're going to actually cover this, but this is our iron farm. You might recognize the design a little bit if you remember back when I was working on the iron farm for my Forever World. This was actually the first design I built, and then realized because we weren't in Java, because this world is on Java. It's not a realm, it's a server, it's a Java server, and this is a Java based mod pack. So yeah, this is a Java farm, which works quite well, thankfully. So we get to see that, and then we're gonna take a sneak peek. You can see all the building designs we have here, but Brightwind's build is this stinking cute. Oh my gosh, I haven't been here in a hot minute. Oh, it's so cute. Look at all the work she's put into her gardens. Oh my gosh. This is adorable. I haven't been here in a little bit. Look at her little hobbit house, guys. It's so stinking cute. So obviously this is Brightwind's area. She's creating little gardens. And I love it. I love it so much. I know she's working on more in the back area, but we're not going to go that way because that's not part of the zoo. We're going to head back this way because technically this whole area is not part of the zoo. It's just part of the area we work in. You can see the floating towers over there. So here we are. We're back towards the fish garden, the fish desert garden. Yeah, I don't know either. I can't figure out the name yet. So if we head back, actually we'll go back through the fish desert garden because it's actually a lot easier to walk through backwards at this point because I haven't made a connection in the other direction yet. So if we walk this way. Oh wow, so much pathing because I planned this. So right here, this was one of the first exhibits I set up. This is our Fennec Fox exhibit. And we got some cuties in here. I don't think I have all the color and designs yet, but I really like being able to look down on all the critters. They'll get more stuff like decoration wise as I progress building, but I just wanted to give them that. Yeah, that's them. That noise is them. But as we progress with the building up of everything, I'll keep finding things like, oh, I should put this rock in there, or I'll keep updating the decor as we go. Sometimes decor doesn't happen for a long time. Like right here, there's nobody living in here right now. This whole area is being built up, but it's not finished quite yet. And that's okay. It's a progress. It's part of the progress. Yeah, this was one of our first, technically wasn't the first exhibit, it was the first mammal-based exhibit. And then we come down here, and you'll actually see my first exhibit over there. That is the reptile house. Well, reptile and amphibians. However, it's a long walk to get there because, again, that was one of the first ones, and this pathway is a very long walk because it's supposed to be zigzagging through other exhibits. So what you're not seeing, besides other walkways here, there's going to be floating exhibits and exhibits on the walls. And then it goes through another set of tunnels here. There will be more exhibits in here. Again, aren't you glad there's not any hostile mob spawns in here? I am, for sure. So this is a bunch of finished exhibits, almost. Cage-wise, outside-wise, the exterior is finished. I'm waiting for grass to grow in some of these. The grass doesn't want to grow. It's driving me crazy. Grass is growing on the right-hand side where there's more natural lighting. Grass not growing over here. It's infuriating. I'll figure it out. But the plan for these is more like vanilla / North American animals. So foxes, raccoons, bats, opossums, those kind of animals are supposed to be going in here. But I can't move forward with these until the grass grows. I don't know what to do. The grass doesn't want to grow. It's very frustrating. But this is cool. We've got a waterfall coming off of this, so it goes off to the sides. So that is really neat. Which this brings us right up to our reptile house. So we've got some sea turtles right here, trying to convince them that having babies here would be a great idea. They don't like it yet. It's a small exhibit for 2 sea turtles in real life. I understand that. Yeah, they just keep trying to get over there. I've had to add fences multiple times, trying to figure out how to keep them from going into my freshwater exhibit. You can see the underside of some of the exhibits in here. I think that's my spectacled caiman exhibit. Look at that. Isn't it cool? And then this should be the dwarf alligator exhibit, but I don't have a lot of them yet. So a lot of these terrariums, they're not cages. They're exhibits. Yeah. A lot of these exhibits aren't filled up yet. I have plans for them, but right now they're just holding. They're holding things. The bugs aren't going to go in here. They're actually going to go down underground. I have a plan for that. They're going to be one of those small side exhibits that you pass by. Birds, okay, the birds are not going in the reptile exhibit because they're not reptiles. But there's going to be floating exhibits through here, which is why we have this weaving, windings nonsense of all the stairs, so that I can have these floating bird exhibits, which is something I'm excited about. But we do have some of our turtles. I finally got to start some of the turtle exhibits. So I'm trying to separate out all the different turtles, which I'm excited. Oh, that's not a turtle. This is bee holding when I first started doing bees. But I am writing up the different types of turtles that I have in these exhibits. Let's see. Yes, spectacled caiman. So I think I have almost all the colors for these guys. And again, as I go, there's going to be a little bit more added. These guys are just not super happy about me being in the exhibit with them. Usually I finish the exhibit before I even put them in, but... Yep, there's a dwarf crocodile. That's what, it's not a dwarf alligator, it's a dwarf crocodile. He's swimming on a rock in air, because his tail's in the water right there. That's okay. It's still really cute. This is going to be... There should actually be something in here. Yeah, because it's not in here. Now I need to check. Hello? Oh, there you are! Monitored lizards. He's so cute. He's green. That's why I couldn't see him. They come in a lot of colors. There's red, there's blues, there's yellows. Lots of colors. But this is only one floor. Oh, can you see? My gharials are in there. I actually designed it so the upper half, the floor is glass, so you can look down into exhibits as well. For some reason, all my gharials, there's like 5 or 6 of them. All of them decide they want to be in the pond. In the pond all the time. I have half a mind to move them over there somewhere. So these are all the frog exhibits. As I'm filling them up, then the frog names go on. But like, maybe I should switch the dwarf crocodiles with the gharials. I mean, the gharial exhibit's quite big. But if they're going to spend all their time in the water, at least you'd be able to view them, right? So let's see here. We got Pac-Man. Aww. That's so sweet. Okay. Yep, we've got some frogs in there. These will probably move. Yeah, the bullfrogs. The bullfrogs will probably move at some point because I'm going to need all this space for my turtles. But I wonder who sent this to me now. That's super sweet. I haven't been on in a hot minute, solely because I've been working on my Forever World. And, you know, I can't be in 2 places at once, as much as I'd like to be, as much as I want to be running around catching and collecting some of these amazing animals. Do you know in real life, the pumpkin toadlet, this species right here, these guys, they're so rare, nearly impossible to find. And these guys are freaking tiny. They can't jump very far either. Like, they're so small. And this is an endangered species. So it's really neat to be able to enjoy these guys, even though they're pixel. Even though it's a pixel, okay? I totally get poison dart frogs. Pixels. I get it. But I still thoroughly enjoy my tree frog. It's one of the tree frogs. I still thoroughly enjoy this. Okay, these are vanilla frogs, if you couldn't tell. Vanilla frogs. Now, technically, we can go behind the scenes. You can't do this as a visitor to the zoo, but there's access behind the scenes. This is where I work on breeding the snacks, because actually some of the frogs will eat rats, which is really interesting because they're so big they eat the rats. And the side exit, there we go. Which brings us, this is technically the front of, or the entrance to the reptile house. And then we've got our freshwater turtles over here. I don't have all the different species yet. I just got a couple of them, so I'm looking forward to adding a couple more in here and it being a little bit more active. I'll probably bring some of my snails over because, you know, having a little bit of interaction isn't a bad thing. And then I got a couple of themed exhibits because that's how I roll. Up here, this is actually, it's a little onion creature. See, there's one right there. They're super cute. They're really hard to find. And I can't figure out how you breed them. You probably don't breed them. You probably just have to go out and collect them all. But each one of them has a little allium on the top of it. And there's a white, there's a purple, and then there's these pinks. I only have pink, so I need to collect the other 2 colors. And this fantastical little magical exhibit will be complete. And I'm quite pleased about that. This was my Christmas exhibit. It also currently houses my penguins. Now, technically, you can fly up to it. Or, if you're a wingless being, you take the elevator up. But yeah, this is my Christmas exhibit, so you get to see all the little Christmas decor. And I filled it with penguins. They've got fun, you know, Christmassy names. All of them are from the Rudolph claymation movie, if you're familiar with that. It's a little puppeted movie. It's really neat. And then these guys are just, they're named after things you get around Christmas time. So like, that's the African ones. So they technically don't need to be here. So pecan pie. But, you know, penguins. Penguins are cute. Candy. Let's see, what's your name over here? Fruitcake. Yeah, so, you know, Christmas goodies. Then we have the snow leopards, because what else can you do but put snow leopards in the exhibit. I have a lot of emperor penguins. Okay. Yeah, we got the snow leopards, and of course I used the green bars because I wanted, green, Christmassy theme. And then I made it so that you technically could walk all the way around the little Christmas village if you wanted to. And then you can actually see more of the zoo from up here. So I made the Christmas village. That's just one of my farms. So if Brightwin has her farming area, I have my farming area. And it just, if she's not playing, then at least I can have my area loaded in. So, can I get... Nope. That's okay. This is what rockets are for. You technically cannot go back down the way you came up, but most of the time folks are coming, taking a look, and then teleporting away anyway. So, now, is this all my exhibits? No. Maybe you saw this up there. That's what we call the post office. It's the first building we put in when we first started the zoo. So it's got a lot of our starter stuff in there. We don't use it that much anymore, and it might come down and get replaced at some point. But that's a discussion I need to have with Brightwin. We're not quite there yet. There is a monthly exhibit contest with different animals. And I participated in a lion one recently, and this is the exhibit I built for it, which I thoroughly enjoyed doing. The reason I wanted to do it was because I had the purple omega lions, and I thought that was a lot of fun. And it allowed me to kind of reorient my focus back on this area that I knew was kind of my savanna area, my cats area. There should be a squirrel in here. I'm testing to see if I can keep a squirrel in here. If I can keep a squirrel in here, I'll be able to keep a honey badger in here. But right now, we're struggling to keep a squirrel in here. Yeah, I'm not seeing a squirrel. Oh boy. So that's the lion exhibit, and it's going to keep going that way. And so if you remember, there's the big floating houses, and there is the fish garden. So this is going to turn this way, and we're going to have a connection point right around here for the pathway, which is exciting. But then we have one more holiday that I participated in. Can you guess what holiday this might have been? Well, if you guessed Halloween, you're correct. Great job! So this is my Halloween one, made for Halloween 2025. And one of the reasons I decided to build up this area is because there was a natural spider spawner happening right here, and I wanted to take advantage of that. So I created a Halloween tea room cafe so that we could have a cute decorated area while also having access to the farm. But that brings us right back over here. So there's a lot of twists and turns throughout the entire zoo, but I love every minute of it. Now, there's not a lot of animals out. It's just part of the process. Do we plan on having more animals? Absolutely. But I'm taking the opportunity to not go overboard. I'm not trying to build as much as quickly as possible. I'm trying to build what I'm going to enjoy. And some days I enjoy making fish ponds. And I spend weeks making fish ponds and breeding fish and searching for fishy plants. It takes some time, y'all. But eventually we'll fill in this whole area. Will we fill it in time for before the wipe happens again? Because, the server gets updated. We restart every couple of years, I think. So this is my third zoo here on the Omega Minecraft Zawa Zoo area. Will I get to finish my zoo? Probably not, but that's okay. That's part of the fun, is to be able to keep going. Now, I can also download it if I want to. I can download the zoo. Once they've discontinued it, they'll have the map available for us to download, and I could finish it then, but that's okay. I'm happy with being able to restart every couple of years. And I've been, like I said, I've been doing this for a while, and I thoroughly enjoy the new updates that they add, so I'm okay with it. I would have loved to have been able to give you a tour of my last zoo, but due to the updates, that zoo unfortunately is no longer available. Even though I did download it, because I didn't put it in a different file, when everything updated, the zoo's internal structure technically collapsed. There was no walls anywhere, and all the animals were gone because the files were completely changed, which is okay. It wasn't like I was playing on that zoo anymore anyway. Right now I'm playing on this one, and I'm really enjoying how it's coming along. Of course it would be raining. Well, that's my cue, I guess. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me as I show you around my modded zoo here on the Zawa Minecraft server, the Omega Minecraft server. Omega, Zawa. Zawa's the pack, Omega. Thank you, VintageBeef. Thank you, VintageBeef, for creating this Omega server. Thank you for making sure we get to have zoos, because I love zoos and I get the opportunity to create zoos and have access to different animals that I don't get to play with in real life, and I am thrilled. So, yeah. Thanks for joining me. This has been Omega Minecraft. I'm Eisenfrey. Y'all have fun now. Bye-bye!